Get everything set up here. Oh man, how's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Trying to get all my stuff set up. It was a tight thing to get here tonight, let me tell you. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's gonna be awesome. And Friday is gonna be awesome too. There we go. Let me get all my comments going over so I got a really good lag right here. And Friday is gonna be awesome too. All right, there we go. Let me get that off of here. Let me get all my comments going over so I got a really good. All right, there we go. Haha. All right, I got everything set up now. Michael Honeychuck. All right, buddy. Through AMAIN with some extras, and let me put my email address up there. EXOCAGEDRC@yahoo.com. All right, let me see here. Enter, and I'll get to everybody here in just a few seconds. If I can get this pinned. Get everything up. There we are. Okay. Finally ready to officially start this thing. Oh, guys. I get home tonight. Let me see. Mike Morrow. Hey, what's up? Steve G. Addicted to RC. What's happening? Not G10. What's up, man? Tyler Young. Matt Harris. Black Sheep RC. Steve G. Iceman RC. Jay-Z's RC. Creek Keeper. Hey, buddy. Bruce Lee. All right. That crawler guy. Australia. I've got a sneeze coming on, too. I go up there in Jacksonville. It was actually pretty nice today. Good morning, Steve. What's up, man? Oh, boy. From Germany. So, I'm not sure if you guys saw the thumbnail, but I got home maybe 15 minutes ago. Maybe 15. I've just been going nuts because I got a lot of work to do tonight as soon as we finish this thing up. I'm not sure if you saw that thumbnail. It showed up today. This is the Hobbywing Max 4. Obviously, haven't powered anything up. I just opened it up. This thing right here is pretty big. Here's the motor. This is the 70 by 125, 560 kV. I got a feeling this thing is going to be a monster, and you can gear this dude up and it should be good to go. So, you know how people talk about, the 2028 Coke can motor. Coke can motor. Well, look, here you go. You got this right here. How about, I'm not sponsored by Mountain Dew, but how about that? A Mountain Dew motor. Haha, look at that thing. It's actually a little bit bigger, I do believe. Yeah, this thing is going to be awesome. Now I've got the other 7120, the 680 kV that I bought, I guess about 2 months ago now that I've been waiting to put something in. You guys are going to see this soon. Now, Thursday morning at 5 a.m., I've got to take off and head up to Atlanta. So I want to go ahead and get this through quick. On Friday, I'm planning to go to Little Rock City, Alabama. So if you guys got some crawlers and you guys want to crawl, do some trail riding, all that stuff, show up. Let's do this. So, and I'll probably get video of you too, because I'm always videoing, right? But ESC. Then you got get you guys something else to reference this. I actually tried to get that XLX out of the DBXLE because, well, that's the big size comparison. But you guys can see right here. Look at that. So yeah. It's pretty darn large. Let me see if I can find something else. 1.9 tire. Look at that. Yeah, so this thing right here is a beast of an ESC, guys. It says 300 amps, but I guess it's 2000 peak amps on it. Now, I also want to show you guys that in the little baggie that comes with the motor, you get this little adapter right here. This allows you to connect the ESC, which has that proprietary Hobbywing right there, but it allows this. So I'm wondering, can we use this adapter and make the Axe ESC run other censored motors? Might be something worth trying. But I mean, obviously you'd have to have the newer Axe, the version 2, the Axe R2, to try that, because the Axe R1s had the larger assembly right here. But this thing right here, it's got a heat sink underneath it. So heat sink on top, heat sink on the bottom. You can actually see through this thing. I'm not sure if you guys can see through it or not, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 caps are under here. Yeah, this is an awesome thing right here, guys. So let me see. Yeah, that is a Coke can motor. Yeah, it's bigger than a Coke can. This is a Mountain Dew can motor. Look at that thing. It's actually taller than the motor, taller than the can. 120 millimeters, 70 millimeters. This thing is awesome. 560 kV. The shaft rotates. That's a good thing, right? Wow. 8 millimeter motor bullets. Yeah. Now, I'm going to try to put something up here. This isn't going to go well, but I'm going to attempt to do this because, ooh, y'all want to see the weight? Hang on a second. I can actually weigh that real quick. I got my little handy dandy scale that you guys see on the channel. Let's just go ahead and get you guys some weights, because that's a really good question. All right, the motor, if I can get it with all the wires on it. The motor comes in, let me get this. I want to get all the wire weight and all that too, so you guys get a full 100%. Matt Harris, shaft size is 8 millimeter. And hopefully that'll hold up. With some of these gigantic motors, I've actually heard of people breaking the 8 millimeter shaft on these things. So the entire motor with the wires, everything, comes in at 4 pounds, 6.9 ounces. Okay. The ESC without the plugs, it has an 8-gauge jumper to go in between them as well. The ESC comes in at 1 pound, 12 ounces. Yeah. How much was this motor again? 4 pounds. Wow, I read that off. It didn't really dawn me. Yeah. Almost 4.5 pounds of motor right here. Jeez, this is going to really stress out some motor mounts, let me tell you. Wow, that's going to cause a lot of bent motor mounts. Yeah, see, let me weigh that thing again. Let me get that right. Yeah, 1 pound, 12 ounces. See, now the heat sink's on the back side right here. As awesome as that is, I have to make sure that, like, if you're going to tape this onto something, which it has mounting bolts on it. I'm not exactly sure of the pattern. I can measure that. But you have to make sure you keep all that clear too, because apparently it needed heat sinks at the bottom. Full metal bottom case, everything. So that's nice. That is very nice right there. All right. The toe cutter. Yes, sir. If you look at the pinned post, that's my email address. If you send me an email asking what you need, if I've got it, it'll go out tomorrow if we can get everything taken care of tonight. If it's not tonight, it'll probably be as I shipping out. I could probably, if it's small enough, I can drop it off on my way to Atlanta or Little Rock City, Alabama. I'm sure there's a post office somewhere in there, right? But once I get gone Thursday morning, I won't be back until Tuesday. So, yeah, it's going to be a long weekend. Beat the Creek. I can't wait to get up there. It's going to be phenomenal. Just going to be awesome. Major Road, is it going into the RAM? Not yet. I really want to get some use out of the stock RAM system, but you know, I know there's a lot more powerful things. What I may end up doing is just trying to get a 16S boat ESC or something, because it's just a boat system. That's all it is in that thing. Put a 16S boat system in there. That way I can put a 12S in that. In which, speaking of 12S, I've got another battery coming. Oh, I need to go find this battery because I've got one ordered. Anyway, the CNHL 6200 milliamp battery. I want to find that battery. You guys hang on. I'm going to find that battery. At least I think I will. You guys give me a second. Nope, never mind. I'll find it later. It's around here. But anyway, the 6200 milliamp CNHL 6S. That's what's going to be powering this thing. And let me see here. It would work with. Now, as far as the ESC goes, there's something I want to try. If this doesn't have the Castle hum, this would be, although it's entirely too big, it would be awesome to quiet down the black jacket motor that I've got in the SEX6. Granted, I think I've got some adapters to go from the 8mm to the 5.5 millimeter plugs, but regardless, or 6.5 millimeter plugs, regardless, if this is quiet, it will actually be pretty good, except this is like a $450 ESC. So it's not, you know, really, it's a lot. It's more than twice as much as like an MMX 8S. Hey guy, did you see the new motor in ESC? Dirk Diggler, yes. What is it going in? The DBXLE. I want to try to set something up here. I wanted to, if I hadn't had to go get my car looked at and all that kind of wonderful, you know, real life stuff, I would have already had this out. All right, let's try this real quick. Let me see here if I can get this to go. All right, DBXLE and all of its Vidavon glory. There's your XLX2. There's the Max 4. It's just bigger in every single possible way. I mean, it's huge. So, yeah. Now this right here, it does have the Vidavon motor mount and all that stuff. So, all I got to say is hopefully that can take the abuse. I may try to shove something underneath the back of the big motor just to kind of support it. I mean, this is like full 70-75, but even though everything can be tore up, it's possible. And this is my most violent, dangerous vehicle right here. And it's about to get more dangerous. Now, oh, let me go show you guys something else that I have here. Put this back over here. Be right back. I bought this literally like 2 days before. Yeah, I got to get the ESC mount. You're right. I'll get that on my order because I'm placing my Vidavon order tomorrow. So, yeah. But I literally ordered this Actually, one of you guys, I forget the name exactly, but you guys actually sold this to me. This is the MGM with a Leonard motor. Yep. There's the Leonard motor right there. And this primarily is going to be used in the low-C TLR5B when I get that converted. Which hopefully I'll be able to get some more conversion parts for that as well. So here's the MGM. This is a 15S ESC, I do believe. This is guys, I never really thought I would be this big or this much into the fifth scale stuff, but this stuff is wild. So yeah, and this is going to be a heck of a learning curve. Got to learn the computer, firmware, program, all that stuff like that. You got your Fury wheels, nice. All right, so here is as compared to the MGM. Very similar in size. Very similar in size here. Now, the thing about this is I don't believe it's as rugged as what this is. This right here can probably take a heck of a beating. This right here, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be something, I may have to drive it like grandma. I don't know. I mean, I certainly don't want to mess that up. But let's go ahead and look at, I mean, since I've got all this stuff out here. Here's the new Hobbywing motor. Here is the Leonard. So the Leonard's got a little bit longer, but the Hobbywing is larger in diameter. So anyways, which one will make more power? Honestly, I don't know. But I can guarantee you one thing. These right here could break anything I've got. Wow. I have really went overboard in the big stuff. Fifth scale was never my thing. But apparently it might be my thing now, huh? I know a lot of guys are doing the crawler, the 124 stuff, and although I have some of those, it's like I'm going in the opposite direction with the massive stuff. I mean, heck, there's the Raminator body right there, taller than the table. I'm getting that ready for Beat the Creek. I did some sway bar work on that. Hang on a second. Got these, the links shorter. Took off about 1.5 inches so I can get my sway bars working right. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm missing you guys' comments, but I'm just all fired up right now. Yeah, all fired up. Yeah, I want to get the Hobbywing system installed tonight, so I may have to cut this a little bit short, so I'm not up until I have to go to work the next day. I will let you get a little bit of sleep tonight. But anyway, wider, more torque, not G10. Yeah, you're right. You have more leverage over the shaft when it's larger in diameter. But this right here being longer, you have more magnets in here, more magnet length, and that's something to be serious. That's serious too. I thought I saw somewhere. Jay-Z's RC. YouTube gave me a copyright strike for a piece of music I used before on other videos. This is what happens when you start growing your channel. If you're using music off of your phone, be it Android or Apple, don't. You pay $1,500 for one of these phones, like this right here, 1 terabit, 13 Pro, maximum everything, and you can't use the music that you bought and paid for. I had to go through a paid streaming service to use the music that I use. I was getting copyright It wasn't a copyright strike, it was a copyright claim. Big difference. I don't have any strikes, and I don't want any strikes. But Jay-Z's, it shouldn't be a strike, though. Maybe just a claim. Claims, you can either, there's an option that you can take the sound out for that particular part, which I've done, and then I've seen some comments, everything went muted, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. RC Daily, yep. And although I have the rear steer kit in stock, I don't have it installed because hopefully Reese can bring me a couple Beast 2000 servos. I need at least 2 of them so I could get the rear steer going. Man. Do you use a scythe chassis for the SCX24? I don't have it for the SCX24, but I have it for the little JLU. I have it for that. And yeah, I've got the red carbon, I believe is what I've got on mine. It's up there. Run and gun RC. Buddy, live through yourself. Make it happen. Watching TV or watching YouTube is so addicting, but you got to turn it off sometimes and go live for you. Don't worry, RC Daily. It'll happen to you. Don't worry. When they start catching you, believe me, if it's over right at 10 seconds, that's when they'll do a claim on you. But if it's like 5 or 6 seconds, I don't believe it'll pick up, but I don't even risk that anymore. So, Marcus Landry. I actually tried to build a dyno a while back, and it just, I never got it finished or any of that stuff. Now, I don't even know that the motor dynos that are out there now would even work for something this big. I've seen some of them, but I don't even know that it would work for anything this big, in all honesty. Arthur, is it worth it versus a Max 5? Arthur, I went through the stock ESC, I went through the Max 5, and I ended up with the XLX2. The reason is, when I put the 800 kV Castle in and I started gearing it, the Max 5 could not keep up. It would literally shut down and reboot. It would not keep up. I put a cat pack in it. I put multiple different batteries in it. It would not keep up. I put the XLX2 in it, took the cat pack out, never skipped a beat. The Max 5 is absolutely awesome ESC. Absolutely awesome. For my DBXLE, maybe it got too heavy, maybe I geared up too much, but for whatever, it could not keep up. I had to do XLX2. Now, this should not have a problem. Jeez, that thing is a monster. Bluegrass RC, yes sir. You guys want to know what I'm taking to there? Okay, let me see if I can remember this. I had a list. I'm only bringing 5. Only bringing 5. What I'm bringing is the Rebelcon. That's going to be my trail truck and all that. I'm bringing the Sherp because there's going to be a few more Sherps out there, hopefully. Crawlers and Customs is supposed to bring theirs. Reese has one, but I'm not sure if he's going to bring it or not. I asked him to. And, of course, the Raminator. And I'm bringing the new Dirty South XO1, as I call it, which is right there, old bug eyes. And, oh, bringing the Rift. So those are the vehicles I'm going to bring. I'm not bringing any more, partly because I can't drive them all. And apparently, I need to try to save some kind of weight because my car is going to be a lowrider when I come back because I believe I'm going to be picking up some rocks. Isn't that right? All right, let me get back onto here. Guy on the Moose got in from slapping the Arma and Techno Run. Did you guys see where the Arma actually set a new track record? I actually got into the 17s, 17.9. When I was driving this, in my mind, I had already made the 17. I didn't realize that last lap is what got it. And I looked at it, I'm like, as I'm editing this, I'm like, no, 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 what the heck? And then that was it. So, yeah, barely made that. I need to get back out there with the sledge, just the sledge. If I'm driving the sledge, and which the sledge is not as nimble as the Creighton 6S, but if I'm driving the sledge and then I go to the Creighton and then go back and forth, that's a heck of a difference in driving. Both style, the turn in, the throttle out, everything. And it's a heck of a change to go through, you know, swapping back and forth and making it go. So if I go out there, I think with just the sledge, I think I can get that thing down into the low 18s at least. I don't believe it's as fast as the Creighton 6S. I don't believe it is. It's just a little bit too heavy. The steering doesn't turn as sharp. The Creighton will zip the corner quick. So I believe if I'm going to beat the Creighton's time, I've got to take the Techno, just the Techno, and go run it. You know, not be swapping back from one vehicle to the next. So M113K swap Goldstein. Have you considered the new NSD RC fifth scale servos? Actually, I have not messed with those. I've also not messed with a lot of other servos. But for me, the Reese servos really hold up good. Granted, they're not the cheapest. They are not the cheapest. But I can tell you one thing that I've noticed. As a manufacturer goes to rebrand, oh my God. Oh, I can't tell you that. Sorry. But if somebody goes to rebrand these servos that come from AGF or AFG or AGF, there's a checklist that they can choose and all the materials all the way down through these things. Most of them will choose the lower end parts and pieces inside of the servo case. So, and I love Power Hobby, but that was the case on their servo. Remember, I twisted and bent the splines. So when I get the Beast 2000s, obviously they're going into the back of Raminator, but I'm probably going to take one of them out and put into the SCX6 just to see if I end up with the same result. But we'll have to see how that works out. The material is everything. When somebody puts out a servo and they go cheap on the gears, we hear about it immediately. You know, it's just one of those things that happens, especially when it comes to rebranding. But I'm not going to talk any more about rebranding right now. Okay, I might finally have something with my name on it, but anyway, we'll leave that be. That might be a month or two, but don't worry, I'm working on it. Huh, that's awesome. Anyway, Tim Clark, hey buddy, hello from Pacific Northwest, finishing up on a Vidavon SOA conversion for the Kyosho Fox. Vidavon has a SOA conversion for the Kyosho Fox now? Wow, I did not know that. Okay, I'll have to do some more digging. I find out when the new parts come out on Facebook. I'm like, holy cow, there it is. Jeremy Craven, what's up? Hey, Tusco, you're DBXLE. Oh, yeah, on that one. Oh, wait. Here we go. Pikra, thank you. Nothing matters but the Raminator. Yeah, Raminator. I've got that set up. Like I said, I've got these right here shortened. And just so you guys know, Joe Girding did a measurement, and these 70 millimeter can motors, they actually will fit into the Raminator in place of the clutch, but you've got to drill for your motor mount. So basically, you can match this pattern up. This is the new Hobby Wing, in case you're just joining in. The new Hobby Wing 70-125 motor, 560 kV. You can actually put it in there, and then I believe there's a chain sprocket that you can put right onto the shaft to direct drive it. But you know, I just paid $1,250 for that electric system. I'm going to get some more use out of that before I go swapping out something like this. So at least another month. Whole bunch of rocks. Yeah, hopefully they're halfway clean because they're going to be on my floorboard and everything. Oh man, oh, I'm not. What axles are you using on XO1? XO1, it has. Let me show you guys real quick. Old bug eyes. I've got a couple videos of this. I believe they're already up for the channel members. What I've got for axles, XO1. This is a Capra front end, servo on axle with a 888 by Reefs. The rear is a 10-3. So shocks are by DriveTech. It's got a Chromemaster V2 ESC with a Holmes Revolver snub nose V3 2040 kV. So yeah, that's an awesome vehicle, which actually I think I uploaded a video today that I've got to get set up for the channel members where I put that up against the Ecto. I'm not going to tell you guys who won that, but it was interesting. Okay. Hector, you can never have too much shiny Vidavon, buddy. Whole bunch of rocks, yeah. Yeah, not axles using XO1. It turns more away than the other. Which one, Hector? That truck turns pretty good both directions. I mean, it's all the way. The tire's actually hitting the springs. Cool Rigs, are you bringing some Vidavon with you? Bluegrass, yes, I am bringing. I do not have any Vidavon axle shafts. I've got Vidavon axle housings. I've got some link sets. I thought I had some Vidavon drive shafts, but I don't even have those. I got the rear lower arms. I got sway bars. I've got the little brace up front. I've got some of these steering links I'm bringing with me. I've got some 1.9 wheels, 2.2 wheels. I believe I said a 2.6 wheels. And for SCX6, I'm bringing stuff for those as well. So, Andrew, first run, hopefully I can get all this in tonight and give it a drive tomorrow when I get home from work, because I've also got to pack for my early morning departure on Thursday, so tomorrow's going to be wild. But my first run with this is going to be hopefully in the DBXLE. And 560 kV versus 800 kV, it should be able to pull a bigger pinion gear easier, which means hopefully no heat issues. Now, this right here, as I understand it, has Bluetooth capability, the ESC. So I should be able to open up my app and actually get that going. Yeah, I got some soldering to do. And I'm not sure if you guys have soldered big wires. They can be a bit of a job to do. But anyways, let me see. Everything is moved again. There we go. Jay-Z's RC, pretty much. Exocaged Vidavon collaboration, maybe. Maybe. Okay, Craig, what battery should be run with the SV4 Sidewinder 4? I would say just about anything up to around 3,000 kV. Some guys are probably running 38s, but I'd probably limit that one to 3,000 kV. I wonder if Jay-Z's RC, I wonder if Traxxas will put out a budget-friendly crawler like the Basecamp. Yeah, they've had it out for quite a while, the TRX4 Sport. Jamie, because of you, I want to put Black Mamba tires on. Dude, these Black Mamba tires are amazing. You can see a little bit of the Mega Rift over there. I put them on that one, which is where they're supposed to be anyway. All right, all right. Is that Jimmy Navarro? Yes, it is going into the DBXLE to start. When I get the TLR 5B changed and converted, which hopefully I can get the rest of that conversion on this next order, I will actually be able to put this into that. But I do believe the final combo for that vehicle is going to be the MGM system right here. So I do believe that's going to be the final combination for the Losi TLR 5B. And then this will be the final combination for the DBXLE. And depending on how things go, it may actually, find its way into the Raminator, which I think will be phenomenal. Your Typhon video with the Mamba F's. Dude, I beat the heck out of them Typhons on that. I beat the heck out of the Mambas on the Typhon. Yeah, they are awesome. Yep, I've got the base camp on pre-order. I've also got the Losi hammer, hammer ray on order. So I've got that. I have no idea when they're going to ship, but hopefully they don't ship and show up while I'm up at Beat the Creek. I don't need all that sitting on my porch waiting for me. The cheap ISDT70 and Bluetooth. Yeah, the ISDT70 is a great little ESC. When I bought mine, it was like $25. But now I think they're $40 or something. I haven't looked them up in at least a month, because I've actually got one spare somewhere. I try to, keep spare stuff. I want a Raw Builders base camp. They might. You never know. When are the new Max 8 G2 will be out? I have no idea. Let's see, Ivan S. Like to see that system in a Creighton 8S. I don't believe this will fit because of the length of the motor and the bell crank. I don't believe there's anywhere near enough room for it. This is 125 millimeters by specs, and the Castle 2028s are 113 millimeters. So this will be all into the steering bell crank. Now, granted, once these are out, I would expect some different motor mounts to allow that to work. But if this thing is as strong as we think it is, the driveline isn't going to take it. All right. Blair Mason, I also want to see it in my SCX6. And I believe I've got the adapters already made to go from 8 millimeter to 6 millimeter or 6.5. Yeah, Mike, I get talking and I got to get back to them and all that. So if I missed your message, guys, comment down below again so I could try to catch up to you. Who manufactures that ESC? It is Hobbywing. Okay, something about chainsaw. I have a 33% on my mama. Sounds would be pleased. Everything on 4S. Yep, you do that 4S. Use a scale engine hoist on that beast of a motor. I don't have any of the scale stuff like that. I just don't have all that scale stuff. But hey, I can tell you this much. It's easier to lift it like this than lift a real motor. That's for sure. First ever X-Max from scratch. Where would be the best place to get drivetrain parts without selling my soul? Oh, man. I guess eBay. LumaDave32. He takes new vehicles and breaks them down, so you can probably buy it as you go along and build it. Just make sure all your parts are new takeoff from an 8S truck. Don't get caught up and let somebody sell you 6S parts. There is a difference. Philip Asia, watching all the way from Asia. Texas to Soy. Asia. Dang, man. That's a very American name there, Texas. Dan Woodruff, what's up, buddy? Never stock RC, 6 Mac. Well, yeah. It's going to be crazy. So the BEC is 10 amps, continuous 25 amps, peak. Let me see here. See what else we can find on this thing here. What kV is a Max 4 motor? 560 kV. So it is definitely a slow turner, but it should keep all that heat down. Joe, do you know the benefits of a 6-wire versus a 3-wire? I believe the 6-wire is just the individual windings have their own output, and the 3-wire is bridged inside. If you look at these, they actually come off of the same piece. So even though this is 6 wires, it's still basically a 3-wire ESC. It's just got obviously 6, and you can, as I understand it, you can change the configuration right here with this system to actually make it a higher kV or lower kV or something along those lines. Honestly, I got a lot to learn about the Leonard and MGM stuff. So I'm just kind of winging it on that, as I always do. Retired here in Lebanon, RC hobby. Oh, okay, awesome. Good evening, gentlemen. Ironclad RC torpedo. What the hell is what? This? It's a big old motor. Okay, let's see here. You know, I'm getting older. I think I need some glasses sometimes, especially when you got fine print like this. And then you mess up and try to read that side. That doesn't work for me. Anyways, continuous peak, 300 amps continuous. That's actually a little bit under what I had expected, but 2,000 amps peak. So that's a pretty big difference between continuous and peak. I'm not sure what the XLX2 can do. Sensor and sensorless, 1/5. Yeah, 12S LiPo under 600 kV. And this is 560, so we are all good to go. We have got a cooling fan. It's good for 8.4 volts. BEC output, you got 6 volts, 7.4 or 8.4. Continuous current, 10 amps. Yeah, let me see here. Shared with fan interface. So, this was supposed to have, I thought they had Bluetooth. LED program card. LCD program. I'm assuming maybe it takes the smart programmer. I'm honestly not sure. Connecting the over-the-air Bluetooth module to the programming port. Fan of the ESC. Okay, so it does not have a built-in Bluetooth. Apparently, you got to have a module to make it actually Bluetooth. That's different. So, Tim Clark, thank you, buddy. Donating to your Raminator so I don't have to buy one. Did you guys see, speaking of Raminator, that they're towards, I think, January, they're going to have the Gravedigger I guess it'll be a Gravedigger Raminator. It'll be a Gravedigger version. Now, it's based on the V3 platform. So, as like, if you already have a Raminator, can you get just the body and some green beadlock rings? Same truck, right? But I have a more important question for you guys. Maybe you guys can answer this. So hopefully one of my programming cards will actually work on this, because I hope it will. Hopefully I don't have to order another programmer. We'll find out. But anyways, why can't we get a maximum destruction monster truck? A Max D. You know, something like that. We got everything else. A Gravedigger, the Son of a Digger. Well, I guess that's it. But anyway, I would love to get a Max D. That would be awesome. And I know Axio had it out for a little bit. So I know Axio had it out for a little bit, but then they discontinued it. I should have got one when they had that out, in all honesty. just so I had one. Okay, what did I do here? No, go away. What did I do here? I don't know what I did. There we go. 300 amps continuous fully charged is 12S is 20 horsepower. MGM is 400 amp constant and 800 amp peak. Okay, so the MGM could actually be a stronger constant, but the Hobbywing's definitely got the peak on that. Let's see. Hey, Gary, dude, I gotta show you this next Thursday when I'm back in town. See that? See that? That's right, dude. Max 4. I'm putting this in my crawler. This is going to be awesome. Yeah, you guys won't be able to keep up with me then. I'm going to put like 4 of those little 500 milliamp 3S batteries in series. Boom, 12S. All right, yep, a Bigfoot. Yeah, I'd like to see a Bigfoot. Is that the new Max D Super LMT? Yeah, I would love to see that. Yeah, this is the new Hobbywing system right here. This is it. I just opened it up when I got home. So, Douglas, yes, at some point I will be trying this in the SCX6. I've got the black jacket in there by Three Brothers RC, and the castle is really loud. So, I'm hoping this won't have the castle noise, you know, hoping. But I have to use some adapters, and obviously it's not going to fit under the hood, so it'll be somewhere else in the chassis, at least for 1 or 2 runs, just to see how it works, you know. You see here, yeah. Do you know if anyone makes a crush lock type 2.2 wheel? Not that I know of. I think everybody went with a 2.6s for the mega trucks and stuff. Let me see. Armor infraction dominates the 1/7 scale off-road. Yeah. Oh, could be. Yeah, the Armor and the infraction and the limitless, they're the top dogs out there. It really is. Jack's gonna come out with something new. Is Trax Buddy Torpedo. I don't have any connections with Traxxas. I honestly don't know if they're going to try to compete with that. You know, they had the XO1 and all that stuff, but I think that was just a really big slash, wasn't it? Are the wires big enough for such a powerful ESC? They are 8 AWG. I think that's 8. Yep, 8 AWG. That's a very good question right there, by the way. These wires, I do believe, are strong enough to handle everything on the ESC, considering how much the ESC can pass through, 300 amps. Now, 2,000 amps peak, that could only be, you know, whatever the Hobbywing peak is. It could be, what, 1 second, maybe 2 or 3 seconds at the most. And I guarantee you, if you start cracking 1,000 amps, these wires, if you had some way to actually watch them, they would jump. I did something like that. I had a Mamba Max Pro and a Castle 7700 kV and a TRX4. You throttle it, the wires would move on this thing. It pulled so many amps. Although it did crawl, it was not happy at all. Okay, Trax says, yeah. Wouldn't the Max 5 be a good match for an overpowered SCX6? Mike, yeah and no. The Max 5 would work really, really good, except for it's not censored. And if you happen to really want to crawl, you're going to end up with some cogging on that. But other than that, if cogging isn't your issue and you can drive on a trail and all that, the Max 5 would be really good in there. I mean, heck, if you put a small pinion gear on it, you might not even notice much cogging. Just in all honesty, I haven't tried it, but I think it would work. And with the 1100 kV Hobbywing motor, yes, that'll fit. And with the Vidavon receiver mount and all that, it actually makes room enough to fit a 2028 size motor. I don't think it'll fit this. That would be awesome. be super slow, but then again, you could 12S it and pretty much break everything, right? Torpedo, can I put that into my X-Max? I know the 2028s, they barely fit between the frame rails, but I guarantee you somebody's going to do it. I guarantee it. Do you know anyone that works for Lucy and can get the Tom Vince's body out for RC? Buddy, I don't know who Lucy is. I don't know any Lucy's at all. Yeah, I've been tripping. Yep. You're gonna put that big motor in Thor. It would Thor would be a lowrider. The tires would flatten on Thor. Makes the e-bikes go for too much. Oh, the old Monster Patrol. That's from a long time ago. Nope, this is not a Tesla. This is not a Tesla. Which vehicle is the Max 4 built for? The Raminator. The Max 4 is built for the real size fist scales. The Losi 5Ts, the big 5Ts, the TLR 5B, DBXLE, just about anything like the Vecta, all that stuff like that. That's where you'll see a lot of these. This ESC is really large, so the size of it is going to be an issue to get this into other vehicles. You can also see, in case you're just tuning in, it does have heat sinks on the bottom of the ESC. What I'll do is I got to measure the bolt pattern out, and for the first run I'll probably just be simply stuck on, glued in, maybe zip tied. But yeah, now I'm sure the bolt pattern is probably somewhere here in the instructions as well. I can find that for you real quick though. Get my DBXLE out of the way. Let's go ahead and check that bolt pattern while we're here. All right. Millimeters. Okay, gotcha. We have, looks like 60 by, looks like 60 by 68. And the 68 is this way and the 60 is that way. So, let me see. And go ahead and make that there so we can see that. I'm not sure if you guys can or not. There you go. Putting that into a 1/10 scale slash. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody doesn't fit one of these things into that. People are going to do that. I don't have any slashes though. Team Coralie Punisher, Major Roads. Man, I've got the Coralie Kronos, the 2022, and so far it's been absolutely fantastic. I've not broken anything yet. I did bend the shock tower off of a stupid backflip attempt that I just watched it fall like an idiot, you know, and I shouldn't have. I had like at least a second and a half to drive out of it. So yeah, I could have drove out of that. Torpedo Law, can I put this into a 6-foot RC boat? So long as you have some way to cool it, probably. It's not water cooled, so it's not going to cool like with other stuff. But as long as you have airflow, I would have to assume it would work in a boat. Joe Girding, yeah, buddy. I got some stuff for it, man. Look at this. Man, that's awesome. Need a trailer for that ESC. That would be awesome. Take the SCX6 and build a trailer and have like a giant battery pack on the back of it and just have that powering it with the ESC. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, let's see. I'm waiting for the Hobby Max 3. I don't know. I mean, heck, how many years has it been? We've never had anything like this, and I don't know why. Quarter scale, maybe? Maybe a quarter scale DSC, maybe? I remember that, all right? Do you think that ESC will handle a 1100 kV TP 56 or 58 series motor? I would have to think that it's your absolute best option. I'm not sure if this has any data logs like the XLX. If it does have data logs, and maybe we'll be able to, once I get the Bluetooth module, which apparently I've got to get a Bluetooth module for this. If it has a data log, I'm sure we'll be seeing different things on that when everything goes up. Set the throttle range, all that. But, I mean, I know people have got over 500 plus amps out of an XLX2. I believe that's the strongest ESC on the market. But now that we have this, maybe the castle has now been dethroned. Plus 12S on this thing. I remember that. Do you think slash two-wheel drive won't fit anything bigger than a 1/8 scale size motor unless you re-engineer the truck, and that's too much? Yeah. I've got a little Stampede right up there I got from Steady Spin, and I put the GT5 in it. It's got the stock ESC and all that. It's a bushing truck too, so I got to put some bearings and all in it. But in all honesty, with the GT5, keeping the front down because it wasn't really wheeling, the tires were just spinning, actually drove way better than what I thought, you know. Yep. Now, I would have to assume, see, now I want to show you guys that for you guys just tuning in, it does have this adapter so you can run other motors on this. So you can actually run other motors. And RC Daily, I don't believe it has built-in Bluetooth. So I'm assuming that I've got to buy a module, at least from what I've picked up on that, and it goes into right here. So, and I guess I got to go to A-Main. Do they even have those yet? I don't know. I need to put it in the Raminator. Yeah, like I say, as far as the Raminator goes, I want to try to use what I got in there because it was a big purchase, like $1,250 just for that system. So I really want to get some more usage out of it. And believe it or not, it's got plenty of power. It's got plenty of power. The Hobby Star 56, 112, the 520, I'm going to have to assume, Ivan, that'll work absolutely perfect. I mean, the motor they sent is a larger motor at 560 kV. So I would have to assume 520 should be a piece of cake for this thing. Yeah, I believe these are about $450. Robert Blanchard 1, a VCR. Honestly, I don't know about the Hobby Wing logging system. Hopefully this has it. I mean, it's big enough, it should have logging on it, shouldn't it? See, this right here, that I'm hoping one of my other programmers will work on this. I really do. I'll find out tonight when I put it into the DBXLE. And I can tell you right now, when I go to power this thing up, there's not going to be any tires on it. It will be nothing but hubs. Yeah, so I say hopefully I've got something here that can tune it. Hopefully I do. I say I'll find out because as soon as we wrap this up, I'm going to work. Because I want to, hopefully, when I get home tomorrow from work, I want to, I hope it uses a 1080 card because I got like 7 of them. I want to be able to give this thing a drive. I really got my hopes up. You know, in the real world, you got the saying, there's no replacement for displacement. Well, this has got the displacement. Yes, it does. Man, I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. Let me see here. All right, cool deal. Okay, so for everybody that's just joined in, I want to mention that on Friday, this Friday, I will be at Little Rock City, Alabama, LRC, kind of northish Alabama. So I'll be running some crawlers up there, doing some driving, maybe shooting some video. If you guys want to join me, you're absolutely welcome to come on out. We'll do some trail riding and chat and just have us a good time. A non-competition thing too. Just out driving, having a good time. Yeah, Mo Reefa. Boom. Mountain Dew size. Look at that. Get that down in there. Get my big forehead. You can see it's absolutely every bit as big as this can. So, yeah, I hope the Hyundai's ready for it. Like I said, when it comes back, it's going to be close to the bumps. Yeah, and like I said, I'm taking Raminator, Sherp, Rebel Con, the new comp crawler, which is now down there, the Exo one, and the Rift. So hopefully it'll work and get everything right. The liquid cooling kit for the 1/10 scale stuff. You know, the Raminator, as big as it is, it drives very soft. And the reason why I say soft is it moves so much slower than what a 110 does. A 110, you know, can take a hit, bow, super hard, super fast, and you can really knock a lot of stuff loose on it. The Raminator is so massive, it just kind of less of a hit to the electronics. Plus, the Raminator doesn't have, like, I don't know, the chassis shouldn't slap really. But the watering system, I think, is a good fit for the Raminator. For the other vehicles, I can't really see it being, feasible for those. Marcus Landry, did you ever get to order the metal housings for the Rebel Con? I have not. However, Jeff Johns is supposed to be there, and I believe I'll be able to pick up some metal housings and different parts and pieces for that truck up there at Beat the Creek. So if you want to see Jeff Johns, owner of RebelCon, he's going to be there. Reeves is going to be there. I believe RC Car Action Magazine is supposed to be there too. Mo Reefer, according to what I was just told, about 20 horsepower. Personally, I think if the batteries can put the power down, if the batteries have the juice, I think it's good for more than 20 horsepower. But I don't know. I wonder if Talbot is going to stop by so he can rub the Max 4 in his nose. I don't know. I'd be surprised if he don't have it. And what's crazy is this is like one of the times where I actually have something on time, and my schedule is really close to forcing me to be late again. Because usually I'm always late on these things, you know? Always late. A week, 2 weeks, a month. You know, I'm always late on these things. All right, TLR Typhon, those are good. What BEC voltage for the Max 4 and MGM? I don't know about the MGM. I've got the tuner adjuster thing and all that, but I haven't even got the program on the computer yet. It was in a DBXLE. So, but the BEC on the Max 4, you got three choices. 6 volts, 7.4, or 8.4 volts. Those are your choices for BEC. It's 10 amps continuous with a 25 amp peak or 25 amp burst current. Yeah, Kev has a real monster truck. That thing's looking good, and I'm really impressed at how well he put that together. He really did his homework, at least from what I was able to see. Impressive welds, just really, I'm really impressed with that truck he built. How much are the shock hoops and panhard? The panhard comes in the steering linkage kit. For some reason, it doesn't come as part of the suspension links, but I can get you those prices real quick. You'd think I would know all this stuff by now. Front and rear towers are $130, and you have to get the steering link set to get the panhard mount, and that's $56 for that. Will the Creighton 6S rear body mounts work for the Typhon 6S? I honestly don't know. I believe the Creighton has a taller rear shock tower, but I honestly don't know the answer to that one. Yes, the MGM does need an external BEC. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I do have a 25 amp BEC that I bought with the system. So yeah, you're right. MGM does need that. Oh, Steve M, you were the guy that sold it all to me. Ha! Yeah. So if you guys have any MGM questions, just ask Steve. I'm a total noob on all this stuff. Well, CNHL 6200 amps are tiny too tall. Yeah, but hopefully they'll fit my DBXLE because that's where I'm planning to put them. Joe, I have a question. Vidavon B-Lock for the X-Max. Is the hex removable? Yes. You can take the hex out of the B-Locks. Forget Castle XLX2. Well, the XLX2 is about the size of a mouse as compared to this. Okay, the XLX2 is a little bit bigger than this, but this is a lot bigger than the XLX2. A lot bigger. And when I do my install tonight, hopefully I get all this stuff done tonight, and hopefully I get some kind of sleep before having to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do a side-by-side on that. But those pictures are already out as far as a side-by-side on those two, and it's pretty darn big. Evolution. Evolution. It's the MGM is more than likely going to be the final motor and ESC combo into the Losi TLR 5B. So it's a little bit more of a beefy, a little bit stronger platform than the DBXLE. So that's where it's more than likely going to go. Plus, I'll be able to do, maybe Steve N can correct me on this. I believe it's good to 15S, right? That's kind of an odd number. But anyway, at the most, I'll run 12S on it. That's, I mean, I would hate for something like that anywhere to get away from you and actually hurt somebody. That would be devastating right there, and I don't want that at all. So, find a high clearance pin over the element since they hit the axle center shocking Vulcan brush. See, I haven't really noticed mine hitting that, but maybe it does. If I did, I just bend it, I'll make my own high clearance. Would the Vidavon B-Locks for the X-Max be too big for the Max? This is by Chris Johns. Yes, absolutely. Too big and way too heavy, in my opinion. 500. This is the Mountain Dew can. Look at that. I mean, it's bigger. There we go. Yep, it's a big one. Yeah, Steve, that's all I would ever do is 12S. I mean, and probably most of the time, 12S would be like maybe for a video, just to blast through a park or something that's completely clear of all humans and other animals. But yeah, 12S will be it. Most of the time it'll be on 8S. Marcus, you bring up a good point. I remember years ago, back when they custom built the quarter scales with the gas, basically like a RC go-kart, I believe is what it was. And I believe they did have to have an insurance policy on that to race them. So, yeah, I don't know today's standards, even if you could get a policy on that, but 1,000 amps peak, yeah. Did it keep its cool, Steve? Can wait for the install. I want to see the Max 4 in action. Mo Reefer, I hope that I can drive it tomorrow. I hope I can give it its first drive. Hopefully I'll get it powered up tonight. Paul, I'm gonna put 2 of them in the Capra. One feeding the front axle and one feeding the rear. That motor can reverse the rotation. Any recommendation for a censored castle motor for the Typhon? Heck, man, I'd probably go with something like a 1900 kV. That way you get a good 6S run on that. If you're going to run 4S, I'd go ahead and go for the 2200 kV for that car. I'm waiting to put aluminum on my Max. That's why I was asking. Yeah, the X-Max stuff, that's just way too big for the Max. The Max is also 17 millimeter hex, and the X-Max is obviously 24 millimeter hex. Paul, I do not know about the Max 8. I don't know about that one. Really? You built a Capron Rift axles, Vidavon front, Trill rear, and Vidavon portals. You got the Vidavon portals on a Trill rear axle? That's interesting. I didn't think that was doable on that, but that's interesting. There was that National RC you had to be a member of, or race most tracks. So that was kind of like the planes. When you join a flying club, a plane club, you got to have that plane insurance membership thing. Is that what you're talking about? Heat was never an issue. Good deal. What are you planning on put that Max 4 in? Right now it's going to go into the DBXLE. And it may actually be its home, the DBXLE, in all honesty. But you're probably going to see it in a few other things. Like I want to try this in the SCX6. I can't see a need at all in X-Max. But although I know people are going to put this in their X-Max. Then they're going to destroy the ring and pinions. And then you're going to hear everybody talking on the internet. My ring and pinion failed. I was just driving around in the yard. Just putting along and it just blew up. Yeah, 12S full throttle, quadruple backflip, hard landing. Yeah, just putting along in the yard. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, 4S, go with a 2200. I think you'll be good to go. I'm typing on 4S. 2650, those are, unless they've changed the ratings, those are actually technically only rated to 3S. But I run a 2650 on my LMT on 4S, and that works pretty good. Put that in a smart car. It's probably as strong as my Hyundai. And that going to the X-Max, probably not going to go into my X-Max. However, I guarantee you people will be putting it in their X-Maxes. I guarantee it. Yep, Mo, they sure do, but I don't have the Max 8. 2650. Skitty B, I do not have the Gen 7 anymore. I have a Gen 8, but I do not have a Gen 7 from many years ago. Awesome little truck. Great entry-level truck, but I don't have that anymore. Yep. Frankie, just make sure you put it in something big, because I would think like a Vecta, electric conversion Vecta. You guys can see how big the ESC is right here. It's beefy. Just keep lapping with it. Yeah. So the Max 4 going in the Raminator. It may go in there eventually, but right now the number one goal is to get it into my DBXLE. And I'll probably give it a shot in the Losi 5B whenever I get that fully converted. The TLR 5B, the buggy. The four-wheel drive buggy, not the two-wheel drive. MGM and Mega Motor. Steve can answer that one. I believe the full price on that was $1,700. I gave Steve $1,000 for it. So I got it from Steve on that one. Thanks for doing the old school RC four-wheel drive 1/4 crawler. I'm sure it'll be way overkill in that quarter crawler, 1/8 crawler. What movie was Red Cat watching when they named the Gen 8? Good question. No idea. Well, I mean, when I take the XLX2 out of the DBXLE, then I'll get to put that up for who knows what. So, and I do have a Max 5 in the Creighton 8S, so I'll probably put the XLX2 in that one, but that one has an older non-censored 800 kV motor, so there's no real need to mess with that one. And it runs pretty good. Meet Servo. What's up, dude? It was Roar, and you were only covered at Roar sanctioned events. I remember that. They actually had that recently, didn't they? If you were going to race at a Roar event, you had to be registered with Roar. They still do that, don't they? Oh, man. Yeah, I had planned to work on the Raminator tonight with these to get my sway bars and all finished up, and I'm probably still going to do that. Tonight's going to be a late night. I might need another one of these. I am so tempted to call in for an emergency vacation day tomorrow. You guys have no idea. Really? Oh, man, I want to call in. I might call my boss tonight and just see. I'm supposed to go do something weird tomorrow, too. What's Evolution? I am in North Florida. Marcus, I do have sick days, but if I use a sick day, then I've got to go to the doctor. So, and I've already got vacation scheduled for Thursday and Friday because I'm going to Beat the Creek. So, yeah, and then tomorrow, if I get this thing run tomorrow evening, I'll be able to hopefully I want to do a packing video like what I did for USTE when I packed the Hyundai. Then I was thinking about if the video gets a lot of comments and all that stuff, what I could do is I could do like the repacking, because you guys know if you pack your vehicle to go to an event, when you come back, it is not the same. Everything is upside down and thrown in there. It's all crazy. Mike Woods, I am a mechanic. I have been working on vehicles, trucks, cars, forklifts, and all that. Well, not the forklifts, but I've been working on vehicles since I was 9. I remember helping my dad change a Ford 9-inch. The actual differential, it broke, and I don't know why I can remember this. It actually cracked. It had the limited slip in it, which was kind of crappy to begin with, but it actually cracked the case. I guess everything got too much pressure in it when he was trying to rip a donut or something, and just cracked the case. So I actually remember helping him change out a Ford 9-inch. Yes. And I want to say I was somewhere around 9. So, when am I planning to sell my Phoenix? Well, I'm not planning to sell it yet, even though it's no longer in this room. It's in the other room, which I'm running out of room again. I think I'm up to 64 or 65 vehicles. I'm about to put shelves in the living room or clean off like above my fireplace shelf and just put my more pretty RCs up there, because, you know, the wife would get mad if you put like a, you know, a dirty X-Max or something on top of there, right? Yeah. This is an addiction, guys. Let me tell you. And most of you are in it with me. Awesome, man. See, tomorrow's video, I've got the Stampede video, which is a what do you call it? I'm working with Steady Spin. I forget the name of the term, but that right there, if that video has to go up tomorrow about noontime, collaboration. So that'll go about noontime tomorrow, and I had planned on actually releasing the Creighton 8S with the Mega Ram tires on it. Yeah, but I'm going to get an unboxing video out of this thing right here, and then I'm going to do an install video into the DBXLE. It's going to be a late night. I'm going to call my boss. Yeah. Well, Marcus, most of the time my wife is out of town, and I'm fine with it. I know it sounds bad. Thank goodness she doesn't watch my channel. How's the bomber on 4.6S? I have never put a bomber on 4 or 6S. I've only run 3S. If you ever wanted to sell it, I'm going to have to hang on to it, buddy. I appreciate the offer, Marcus. Carbon ASE Cert Tech. I can only work on my vehicle, right? You'd be on the couch if she saw your trucks on the mantle. Well, she's got some fake plants I can get rid of. In fact, on that mantle that you're talking about, actually, the Midnight Pumpkin is up there. And I believe I got one more RC. It's kind of underneath some of the fake plants. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we are. You make me want to work on RC cars right now. I'm surrounded by them. I really am. I got to get the Raminator. I got to get the DBXLE. Oh, I got a lot of stuff to take care of. And see, now I want to bring the DBXLE with me to beat the creek. But that's another 40 pounds worth of RC. But no, I'll leave the DBXLE at home. Yep, Marcus. Yep. Yeah, my name is Sean, and I'm a RC. Yep, I can follow you. My name is Joe, and I'm a RC-aholic. Yes. Very addicting. Man, oh man, I got to pack up the... Which one was this? I got to get all this stuff packed up. Heck, that's the wrong box. The MGM, by the way, in case you guys missed that. Get that put back down into the box. I've thought about getting a small trailer. I really have, but you know, unless I get this product that I'm working on getting, you know, unless I turn into like a RC store on wheels, I can only drive one vehicle at a time, so there's no need to bring the collection. You know, now I will tell you somebody that brings a lot, and that is Dixieland RC. He packs like the entire store. It's awesome. I bought $240 worth of wheels and tires at the Nationals. Yeah. Yeah, I can see having 4 RCs in your semi. You stop in someplace, boom, you got rocks, go get it. Stop in someplace, you got some dunes, you probably got something for that. So I would have to assume you got like an X-Max, a crawler, possibly a boat, and maybe even a drone. Maybe a drone just to get that overhead shot. What I thought about, Chuck, was getting like one of those little big. You got to remember, I drive a Hyundai Santa Fe. Even though it does have 3,600 pound towing capacity, believe it or not, it's a 2.0 turbo. It's got everything except all-wheel drive. And I wish I would have got the all-wheel drive in all honesty. But I thought about getting one of those little streamlined like camper trailers. And just a little pop the top up like a one-man tent back there. But, yeah. On my way to Orlando to visit. Mira, you're on your way to Orlando. You're either going down 75 or down I-95. So I'm like right in the middle of those two. So there's no real easy path to just swing in to come to the Exoplex if you wanted to. James Morgan Klein. I'm going 8S on my sledge. I haven't decided what motor to use. I was thinking of using the 2000 Valenian. You're going to do 8S. You're going to sling that motor apart, buddy. In all honesty, I mean, the stock motor is like a 2000 kV, something like that. Like what you just mentioned, 6S is a lot. I did run 8S on my UDR with the stock 2200 kV motor. It did survive, but I didn't hang on to that throttle for very long. It did survive, but yeah, you might cook that motor. TRX4 SXN bouncer and my 1.8 jump. Okay, so you got some fast, you got bouncer, and you got 2 crawlers. Okay. Nick Mo, does the Raminator fit in the Honda? Yes, sir, it does. Or Hyundai. Yes, sir, it does. In fact, I actually had a picture of it when I brought it home. I know I don't have the picture anymore, but when I came back from USTE, I had everything packed back in there. I had vehicles under it, over the tires, all that stuff. I had everything packed into there, and I actually had to get my buddy to bring my tables back to me. I didn't have enough room for the tables, of all things. It was almost to the roof. As it is right now, I've got the mega tire, so it's a little bit skinnier. It can fit through a doorway now. So it's a little bit skinnier, and I've lowered it. So yeah, it'll fit pretty easy now. Marcus, no, I do not have to use premium fuel. I use regular old 87. Whatever. In fact, I've got my my what's that app that I always use? I've got a link to it in the bottom of my description. Now, Upside. I always use Upside, and I'll find, different things and all that. I'm up to $90 on that, actually. So, yeah, I need to gas up tomorrow morning. Looks like it's only 7 cents here locally, but anyway, I'll take that in the morning. And that could change. I have noticed sometimes, like in the mornings, it'll be higher, and in the evenings, it'll be lower. It's almost like you get like a peak at the start, and then as people use it, it kind of comes down a little bit. Kind of odd, but yeah, I use the that app. And if you guys look in the description on the newer videos, I've actually got a little link down there at the bottom if you guys want to do it. I just let it build up till about Christmas time and cash out right to my PayPal or your bank account, however you got it set up. But I use that every time I fill up. Within reason. As I was coming back from Atlanta, say your gas prices on average were, let's just say, $3. Remember a few years ago when we had things good? Yeah, well, anyway, it was like $3, and then this app showed I had one like almost 33 cent savings. I'm like, okay. I go there, it was like $1.50 more per gallon. I'm like, nope. I just kept on cruising to the next station. So you kind of got to watch it a little bit. It wasn't worth paying, $1 more to save 30 cents. All right, ratchet strap it to the top. No, dude, I got the full glass top up there. I'm not putting anything on the top of my car. 2-hour flight. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's your next recommended upgrades for the Element Ecto? Have you ever tried 2.2 wheels? I have not put 2.2 wheels on my Ecto. As far as my Ecto goes, I feel it's done. And I'm still using stock shocks, I believe. You guys want to see it? It's right there. Let me pull that. Dude, I want a Palisade. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. All right, so here's my Ecto right here. I've actually got yellow wheels by Vitavon for this thing, but I haven't put them on yet. I mean, nothing special. I haven't even cut the motor wires. I've got a scale metal supply front servo mount on axle. That made a world of difference. I've also got his rear upper link riser. It's okay, I guess. But stock shocks, stock trailing arms. Let's see if I can get this in the light. Hopefully you guys can see it. Everything underneath it scraped up because I drive it. I've never had to open up the axles though. I've never broken them. Oh, it has Punk's Custom 3D carbon front bumper. So I did do the overdrive gears in here. I believe somebody said that they actually have a set of overdrive gears that'll fit in this. So maybe I'll get that one day. But otherwise, I guess the first mod to do, if you got one box stock, is get some better tires. The stock tires kind of leave a lot to be desired. But that will be about it. And then the stock servo for me was actually pretty decent, in all honesty. The ESC and motor left a lot to be desired. So put the ISDT 70 ESC on it or a 1080 ESC and get yourself a good quality, even if it's a Holmes Hobby Sport 550 size motor. Boom. Absolutely awesome. And you'll be all set. Put something else in the floor to trip over. Oh, Dylan, what's up, buddy? Wounded if I can use that app for when I fill my semi. Jay-Z's, look in the description. Click that, download the app because you can use it for diesel. There is a you select your fuel type, so you can use it for diesel. The first couple times you use it, you'll have to scan in your receipt, okay? But once it recognizes your card, as long as you're at the at one of the stations and all that, boom, it takes me all of about maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, open up the app, select it, boom, you are here. That's it, select the card and go. So you can use it for semis or diesel. So yeah, check that description, buddy. Or message me or email me and I'll send you a link to it. That way it helps both of us if you do it that way. I have a 6S two-wheel drive slash 86 miles per hour on the street, 62. I don't know how you're keeping it straight, Nick, but awesome. I didn't forget about you, brother. My supplier in China is taking forever. Dylan, everything's taking forever. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good, man. When it happens, it happens. This cooler gas pumps are calibrated at 60 degrees in the afternoon. 22 per liter. Marcus, I hope that's not true, because usually I gas up in the evenings. Is there a decent aftermarket SCX 10.2 transmission? Vanquish has a real nice one, but you're going to be paying some bucks for that. But you can get the Vanquish. You could get like the Hot Racing transmission case and put your stuff in it. But heck, I run the plastic case on most of mine with that transmission. R123 RC, I'm assuming you're talking about this. The new big Hobby Wing system. Yeah. So just to give you an idea on the size. Mountain Dew size right there, buddy. It's actually taller than the Mountain Dew can. I mean, it's big. And then also, as the can, let's look at the ESC. It's pretty much as tall as the can is, a little bit wider. So yeah, very big combo. Hopefully that's the one you're talking about, 123RC. Octavio Diakes. I can't say your last name. Octavio. I do have a 2.0 Vidavon chassis on my 2.0, yes. Do I have any in stock? No, sir, I don't. Hey, man, what Traxxas end links did you use to extend your Capra? Oh, heck. 5467? 5765? It's the ones for the E-Revo. I believe it is. They use a 4mm E-Revo. That's what if you go back and look at that video, which hopefully you may still have that video pulled up or in your recent history, I put a link to them. 5647, I think, rings a bell. I think that number kind of sounds familiar. TRX 53, oh, not Tex. TRX 5347. Let's see. Nope, did not come up as a 5347. Nope. I got some organic protein though. I don't know the actual part number for those. I thought it was 5347, 5346. It's something like that, but it's the 4mm ends. You got the long ones and the short ones. If you use just the long ones at like the one end, like at the chassis or at the axle, you'll get that extension. What part number? 5467. Man, you got me thinking about this now. TRX. I just put 4mm ends. 5647. 5647. No, that didn't get it either. Oh, man. Yep, I'm not sure. Man, you got me messed up now. I'm really wanting to find that number. Ah, 5347 rod ends with hollow balls. 5520, 5525. Is that might be it? That might be it. Let me see here. 5525. Jado from Traxxas. That might be them. Try the 5. Oh, man, what am I doing here? 5525. Look up that. TRX Traxxas 5525. All right. So, dealing. So you're saying in wintertime we get 22% more fuel? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Yeah, try the 5525. I think that's what I needed. True. Why have you never tried out the Spectrum 2-in-1 crawler? Hard lines and full send. Buddy, you're talking about the Fusion 1800. Dude, I love that system. And that's actually the one that's in my RebelCon right now. That system is awesome. I've done all kinds of... You're talking about the Spectrum rebranded. Okay. I've done the Hobbywing version of that. So no, I have not done the Spectrum yet. But I do believe the Spectrum is a legit 540, so I believe it fits more places. But I just haven't got the Spectrum one yet. Watching this, I can find you allowable. Okay. Housing on my Axial bouncer and 6x6. I have Robinson gears inside. That works for me. Okay. What were you? Oh yeah, the Palisade. So I took the Santa Fe in to get it serviced and all that. This was, I guess, about maybe 6 months ago. And they had a Palisade, fully loaded, the same color, beautiful. I mean, beautiful. I think it was like a sticker price of $53,000 or something like that. So I walk out there and I'm looking at it. I come back in. The salesman never even came out. So I came back in. I saw the salesman. I asked him, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, well, if you can match the deal I've got on mine, which is 0% interest for 5 years, he just stopped and said, that's not going to happen. The way the supply and demand is right now, that Palisade will sell by the end of this weekend for full price plus all fees. When you leave a dealership, they usually call you later. There were no phone calls. He didn't even ask to go to the manager. It was just a flat, not going to happen. Forget it. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, I was there today, and I noticed twice my instrument cluster, not the instrument cluster, the navigation, the screen went out. Okay. All the buttons worked and everything. So I'm at 57,300 miles, and I've got to go all the way to Kentucky. I don't want to risk running out of my 60,000 miles. So I went in today, and they're going to replace the entire unit, the entire nav system and all that stuff under warranty. So, yeah, I had to go get that taken care of today. And that took way longer than I had planned. But anyways, back to the real RC world, right? Yeah, I know. I really should put some kind of insurance policy back here. 8646. I haven't messed with those. Guess it is 540 and they gave the 14. See, I would definitely go for the 2300 kV if I get that system. What is 8149? It must be talking about more Traxxas. I'm pretty sure it was a 5347, or 5525, 8149. All right, let's see. Okay, I believe those are too large. I believe those might be too much, or they're just a modern or a more up-to-date version. They got to be they got to have a 4mm bore or 3.5mm bore, so they fit the 4mm threads of the capper right. Let me see. Okay, so these fit the TRX4 trucks using the long arm lift kit. So that should be that should be them. That should work perfectly. That should work perfectly right there. And they are $10, $9.81 on Amazon. Have you looked at a Subaru Ascent? No, sir, I have not. Captured wheel nuts, a waste. Well, if you lose your nuts a lot, if you can capture them, you'll be better off. (2022) Nissan Pathfinder. Those are nice. Finally striped the spur gear in my Wendigo. Going to aluminum transmission case and metal Robinson Racing. That should take care of it. John Thomas, that should get you. So, I'm looking at 8:43. At 9 o'clock sharp, we're going to wrap this up because I've got a lot to get done tonight. So, finale. So, yeah, we got about 15 minutes, and we're going to wrap this thing up. And then I'm going to be working. So, this is absolutely going to get the QS8 plugs. I thought about putting some Deans on here or some XT60s, but it might be a little bit hard to solder that on. But anyways, I'm sure it'll be all right. When I was talking to Sean Larman of Jack's RC Recycle and Repair, I said, man, I should put some Deans on this and then drive it super easy and then say, oh man, it works so good. Yeah, I'm sure I'd catch some flack for that one, wouldn't I? Yeah, I bet I would. Nice. And members short vid. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta do the drawing tonight too. I haven't even got the numbers and all that stuff. I'll have to look it up on here. The truck that holds the quickest lap on the track right now is the Creighton Success. I actually got 17.9 seconds on that thing. Yep, so that was the fastest lap that I've ever got out of anything on the track. And what's crazy is how fast, like, the fifth scales are on there. They actually move pretty good, even though they look slow. The Max 4 is going to go into the DBXLE right now. I'm late to the party. Yep. David, yep. It's going to go into the DBXLE along with the Mountain Dew can motor. I'm calling it the Mountain Dew can motor because that's what I happen to have up here. I'm sure it'll be the same old Coke can motor, or it's bigger than that 2028s. And I'll do a size comparison on when I do the actual swap. But yeah. And notice, look at the bolt pattern if I can get that in there. It's got bolt patterns to fit pretty much anywhere. Yeah. Jeez. That is a monster motor. Jeez. This guy, hello from Oregon, what's up? Do the member vid after you get back. Well, if I do that, it'll be like Tuesday of next week. Oh, wow. So your connector came loose. You got to watch your batteries for sure. That's where all your power comes from. Ducan motor, Jay-Z's. That's it. Bam. The Ducan. Oh. The output shaft is 8 millimeters on it. You want to see it on an SCX24? Hang on. Okay. Are you guys ready? Oh, jeez. There you go. Woo! I think it'll fall down and broke my foot. There's the ESC. Jeez. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Oh man. Oh boy, I don't know of anything else I can. This is my Mega Rift, basically a LMT. Since we're putting motors on things. So if you had a Rift, that's how big the motor would be on your Rift. So no, it won't fit a Rift. Yeah, let's put another one down in there. Oh my goodness. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see here. Let's get back to this. Yeah. Yeah, we got to that one. When racing is the restriction on the gearing. James Morgan. When racing is the restriction on the gearing. The restriction is how fast you can gear, but keep everything within temps and keep the control that you need so you're fast. Going to make a serious motor support. Yeah. That's going to go into the DBXLE. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, with this thing being censored, why not just put a tire on it? You know, just like put a tire on here. And since there's nothing on the backside, you can put it to another one right here. So you have two of these systems. You know, one tire here, one tire here, just direct drive. That should actually work, right? That'd be an awesome dragster, wouldn't it? Do you know if you can replace the bearings in a 1412 Castle rear bearing? Yes, John, you certainly can. Getting that rear bearing out can be a bit of an issue. You can use some bread, put it down in there, find yourself a 5mm shaft or something, and just knock it. It should hydraulic and push that out. I recently had to change a bearing race on the front of a Castle motor. And what I did was I used a little torch, a pair of pliers on that, and just basically torched the front of the motor. Granted, the plate was off, so I wasn't torching the windings, which the motor is still fried, though. That bearing messed up bad. And I was able to tap it and knock the race right out. So heating stuff up works. Just don't go sticking your tongue on it when you get done heating it up. Plenty of front bias. Could be hilarious in my son's 4x4 power. Dude, if you could get these things to actually work in his Power Wheels, that would be awesome. I know I put a set of 775 Titans in my grandson's Power Wheels, and he was going through a ditch, and it got stuck. So his mom decided to give it a little foot, and boom, that thing caught and did a full wheelie out of the ditch. Man, my poor grandson was crying off of that. But I don't think he'd cry now, though. He'd just keep going. Oh, mega Sherp. This would sink the Sherp in the water. 4 of these would. Man, I really want to try a direct tire on this now. Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, it would be about the right width to make one heck of a dragster. 500 kV 12S, 560 kV 12S. Right. That's what I'm thinking. Some kind of big sand one. Like my kids on a Paw Patrol. That quick crowd broke a K44 axle housing on my scale step side. Well, that stinks. Remember your old 4x4 drag car you made? You know, you're talking about that old Offna that I built. That was supposed to be a 2-wheel drive. I was actually going to use a big pinion gear as a spur gear on the rear differential of that and then run the motor right to it. I actually had a motor mount built and everything, but by the time I started trying to get the parts and pieces, it had a full Offna front end on it, and there was just no way to... It turned into 4x4 by accident. I still have that out there. It still has that Poseidon 1500 kV motor in it as well. Atomic Death 10. Yes, sir. I am going to beat the creek. I will be there. I will also be at Little Rock City, Alabama. The little rock area. There's a little park up there. I will be there on Friday. I'm not exactly sure what time. I'd probably guess maybe 10 o'clock-ish or so. But that is the game plan. What about this new setup in the Primal Dragster? Octavio, I would have to think that depending on how it's geared, if you really, really put the power down to this thing, you may want to, you may actually stress the 8mm. You may want to try a 10mm shaft motor. Because I think if you're going to put that kind of power on it, I mean, people have actually broken the rotors on Castle and all that stuff. So it's possible you could probably broke the rotor, broke the output shaft off of one, which also breaks the rotor. Built a rift chassis and got it tuned for competition. Heck yeah. This is the year of the broken axle for me, apparently. You must have broken all a bunch of them. Dude, it's only May. You still got like, what was it? 8 more months or so? 7 more months? Yeah, buddy, I will be there. I'm going to have some Vidavon stuff out. I'm going to try to spend some time on the trail. So if you guys see me, you know, come up. get you taken care of. I'm gonna bring some stickers and stuff like that. So I got a message from my shirt guy, so I may actually have some shirts up there. I don't want to do any pre-sales or anything like that. Let me get them, see what I've got, and I'll take them up there. So if you guys want to grab some shirts, I will have some. I know I may have 1 or 2 special shirts too. I don't know. Get rid of that. Okay, so we are winding down. We got 6 minutes to go, and we're going to finish this thing up. I've got a late night coming in. I got a late night. Bought an SEX standard deadbolt. 210 bolt. Do you have to go to any upgrades? You have any go-to upgrades? As far as the SEX 102 deadbolt, drive it and just what you think it needs, go for it. Tires, servo, electronics, those are always things that people upgrade and go to. But probably going to be the tires would be the most thing. Then like a 1080 ESC, a nice Holmes 10 or 12 turn Crawlmaster Sport. Then a servo, stuff like that. You know, just standard issue. Look at your guys that are local, see what they're running as far as tires, and just go with what the majority of them are running. Because if they've been running them for a while, there's a reason for it. I've seen some of the crawls going to beat the creek. Yeah, I'm looking forward to some of that. 3 Kappa housing. I've broken a bunch of Kappa housings. Yes, sir, Chainsaw. I have not broken a gatekeeper housing, which is the same as what's on the Rift. On the Rift. I saw your Rift comment. That's on the Ecto. I actually never broke a Rift housing, believe it or not, even with the plastic ones. I was able to swap out in time. And now K44. Yeah, Marcus, I do need to call my boss. I really do. Man. We'll find out. Wimble sander at 2 drive. Man, I think direct drive with a set of these would be phenomenal, man. I mean, I just think it'll be awesome. Make sure you set it so you get a good plant on that back end. Then with a drag bar, so you carry them front tires about this high up. Just kind of let them skip a little bit so you can turn every now and then. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. I know when the Rifts first came out, they really were bad. The plastic was just, it was formed wrong, or the wrong mix, as they called it. John Thomas, thank you for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, I can't wait for Beat the Creek. That Chainsaw wants to go Vidavon. I know a guy that has housings in stock right now. It's on the first. Oh man, 3S BRC. Hey buddy, I'm just about to sign off over here. Just about to sign off. I got a whole bunch of big stuff to work on. Yeah, a whole lot to get done. God, I need to take tomorrow off. Yeah, I want to do a dirt drag strip. I do want to do them, but I've got to move my track into the new location, so I need like another 30 plus loads of dirt. And I ain't quite got that cash laying around right now. So I've been spending too much money on this RC. With that and that. Golly, I could be up to 16K this year so far. That's too much. This needs to drop down some. I need the channel to go bigger so I can start being like other channels and getting stuff at no cost. Maybe one day. Yeah, Vidavon's not cheap, man. 30, yeah. All right, guys, so we are about to wrap this up, and I've got to clean off my table, make some room, get DBXLE up here. Got to figure out what I'm going to talk about with this. Yep, so guys, it's absolutely been awesome. Another quick 2 hours. You guys are phenomenal. Hey, it is what it is. So, guys, I'll be catching you guys later. Not sure what's going up tomorrow. I know the little one's going to go up around noontime. Depending on what I can get done tonight, will determine what I put up tomorrow morning. All right, guys. So, time to wrap this up here. Got hit those likes. I got 127 likes. That's awesome, guys. Thank you, guys. That is awesome. Man. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Get out of here. You guys have been awesome. Stay tuned. I'm always doing this stuff. Catch you guys later. Have a great one.